Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg. Welcome back for some more Dominion 6. Last time we looked at EA Lensha, the Shark Cult, which was pretty entertaining. Another aquatic nation. The odds were against getting 2 in a row, but we did. And it was pretty entertaining. We got another win under our belt. We're going to move on. I threw in a new mod here, and it's not new release, but I threw it in here. There aren't many music mods, and I could just bring up any YouTube video and just mute the music, but this replaces a lot of the music with Dominion 4 music once we're in-game. So we're just going to give it a try to see how we feel about it. But, yeah. Let's roll up another number. 1 to 286. 3. Well, that's pretty low. That is EA Archiscephaly. Have I done EA Archiscephaly? I've done some Archiscephaly. Yeah, we did this a long time ago, I think. With the Wind Riders and everything. Yeah, we've done that. Okay. Again. 200. EA Sinkiang, the Jade Kingdom. Alright. EA Sinkiang. There it is. Okay. Let's do, let's do Bid and Deep. It's just a really good map. I think this is 76. So Bid and Deep is 90 provinces, 81 land, and 9. Yeah, the music completely stopped. I'm not sure if there's an error or just what. So it's 8, but it's 81 land, 9 sea, and the 20k provinces. So it's technically 101 land provinces. It's tight on 6, as I think we've always done it with 6. It is kind of tight. If you want actually 20 per, probably want to more do 5. So let's try just doing 5. We usually do 6. We'll try 5. And we are playing Sinkiang. Well, I don't. We're gonna be here a little bit. I don't want to do it in complete silence. So hold on. We'll just bring up the Total War soundtrack again. It always gets the job done. Okay. So, between the lands of the dragons where legendary Tianqi lies, and the great steppes of Sarmatia lies the kingdom of Sinkiang, known as the Jade Kingdom. Jade is used to commute with the spirits of the ancestors inhabiting the paradise of immortals. Shan? Oh boy, Shan? I don't know. Now I have to look this Xi'an. Okay, we got it. Xi'an. Ancestors help guide the kingdom, change fortunes, and even participate in battles. Jade is also exported. Beginning of the famed Jade Road that connects it to the Great Desert and lands of the Jinun. Okay. So we have a race of humans and also spirits of the ancestors. We get light and medium infantry, primitive crossbows, and chariots. Jade Amazon mercenaries that fight single battles. Interesting. Water, earth, nature, death, astral, as well as minor fire and air. So another water nation, but also big stuff, other stuff, death, horde of skeletons. Doesn't really feel appropriate, but maybe. Powerful priests. We get luck limit +1 and an extra bless point just for fun. Standard forts. We have a mounted scout, stealth 50. Mobile archer, blah, blah, blah. We have a general, 100 leadership, 100 gold. Pretty standard stuff there. Great little sprite there, though. That's cool. Medium. Level 1 death, level 1 holy, 20% chance for an astral or death. I wouldn't rank this too highly. And they also have Spirit Sight for some reason, and can throw, and have a magic staff, and can throw sutras, which are armor negating damage, ×3 versus undead and demons, and an extra paralyze on undead. Jeez. Jade Sculptor. This is more like what we're talking about. 200 gold. You get 1 water, 1 earth, and then another water, earth, nature. 10% for another one. So this is not bad, because we're going to have 33% of these guys will be moss body casters. 33% of them will have earth 2. 33% of them will have water 2. For like gift of formlessness or quickness. Things like that. And then a handful, a very rare handful, will even have multiple. I mean, although you're probably going to get like water 2, earth 2 on a small percentage, or, you know, something that you're not likely to ever see a 3 here. But they also get a forge bonus, so they will be useful for making a lot of different items. I mean, frost brands and probably not vine shields, but yeah. The Diviner gets astral 2, and then water, earth, death, nature. Okay, so we could just make these things instead. On their own, they're not really nearly as useful. But in the late game, mid to late game, obviously we can do all sorts of communion stuff. Because they'll all be able to be part of one big jumbled communion. So it's possible. And we can make them off capital. So yeah, that's probably what we'll do. Xi'an Ambassadors. Oh boy. Astral 2, Death 2, Priest 2, and then another Astral or Death. 10% for another one. So there will be half of these. We'll just have Soul Vortex ready to go. And be a part of Communion, which means a fucking turbo communion of Horde of Skeletons. Wow. Yeah. 4 recruitment points, but aside from that, cost is not too high and can be made off capital. Jeez. Warrior Queen, cap only. Water 1, Earth 1, Nature 1, Holy 1, and then another Water, Earth, Death, Nature. Okay. 150 leadership, though. And comes with 2d6 Ancestral Spirits. I don't think do we get to see what that is? No, and that's something from TNC. I know for a fact. It's 1 hit point, 0 protection, ethereal. They are sacred, however. With a paralyze. Resist cold 15, resist poison 25. So, could be pretty good with, like, Twist Fate or something. As a possibility. Yeah, possibly. King, cap only. Astral 2, Death 1, Holy 2. Then another, oh boy. So another Water, Earth, Death, Nature, and another Astral or Death. 10% twice more for all that shit. Okay, so again, you're gonna have Astral 3s, you're gonna have Death 2s, you're gonna have, you know, communions of all sorts of stuff. Like, really, I suppose, if we wanted a leader for all these diviners, or a communion master, that is a potential option. Yeah, seems like a lot of Horde of Skeleton spam. Non-fort provinces, we get Sinkiang Jade Sorceresses. Water 1, Nature 1. 50% for Earth Death, 50% for another Water Nature. So Moss Body, spam out your butt. Possible bark skin stuff. They can make thistle maces for us. They also have made magic snake tattoos, so when awakened, they get limited invulnerability and MR. Yeah. We will probably want to throw down a lab somewhere just to make them. We also have the priestesses, which are a bit more expensive. They are sacred, though, so half upkeep. So in the long run, they cost less. But they don't get the extra stuff. They just have Water 1, Nature 1. And Holy 1, of course. In the grand scheme of things, I probably want these. But, yeah, I mean, money. Money, 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 money. And it's, I guess, a question of if I'm just getting them for Moss Body, or am I getting them... I mean, the Earth one, Death one, yeah, like, that's not really going to do anything. So it's really just like... And we already have a lot of Water 2s from other stuff. So really, it's just like, I probably want at least one Nature 2 to make, like, Thistle Maces and stuff. Even though we will have, like... No, I guess... Like, the Jade Sculptors, yeah. No, I probably want to get at least one. So make these until you get Nature 2. And then the Priestesses probably serve our purpose of just Moss Body. But we'll need a good candidate for Moss Body, of course. Units, we have the Infantryman. He is Infantryman. Color of the peasantry is white. Huh. That seems unlikely. So, you know, fairly average stats around the board. 12 defense, 6 protection. They get a dagger axe. A Gao. A farming tool doubles as a dagger axe in war. They do have shields, surprisingly. 4 parry, 16 protection. That's pretty high. No helms. Good damage on the dagger axe. What the hell is a dagger axe? Is this something you just made up in life? No, there's a Wikipedia page for a dagger axe. It consists of a dagger-shaped blade mounted by its tang to a perpendicular wooden shaft. Yeah, so it's literally just an axe, but instead of what you normally imagine for an axe, it's like a dagger. Like a little blade. Interesting. Huh. That kind of developed into the G, or Chinese halberd, on the battlefield. Probably due to length or something? I don't know. Anyways. Right. Okay. Axeman! They have no shields, but a giant big bronze battle axe. 21 slashing damage. Yeah, I mean, you know, again, like, say you have Moss Body on them. Moss Body on a protection 6 unit with no shield, no, like, it's going to get popped pretty quickly. But it might shield them from a couple hits. You know, again, Moss Body is 75% protection, or 75% coverage. So 25% of hits will just ignore it entirely. But of the ones that do hit it, it's 15 points of protection, like complete protection. And that happens after all other math has occurred. So after all protection rolls, defense rolls, everything, after the final damage number is about to go through, it then hits Moss Body and is reduced by 15. And if any amount is left over after that, Moss Body pops and releases a poison cloud and goes away. But yeah, I mean, that's still pretty big. 15 points is a lot. When the average guy is going to be swinging for probably like, you know, 13, 14 probably. So on average, going to be doing like 8 to this guy. That is quite a bit of longevity. He has to roll pretty high, or the X-Men has to roll pretty low on protection for that, for 15 more damage to go through. But you take a headshot and it's like, boom, done, or it just bypasses Moss Body and he dies anyways. Yeah, it's iffy. Crossbows. Early crossbow. Range 50. Yeah, early, my ass. 13 piercing damage, armor piercing, so 65% protection reduction. But it does shoot once every 3 rounds. So it hits pretty hard, but just not very often. You'd need a lot of them, and then you're at risk yourself. Citizen Spearman. Okay. Very average. This just supremely average stats, which in its own right is kind of a nicety, I guess. He has no weak spots below average. 11 defense, 12 speed. He's got a pole dagger axe, which I guess is sort of like the G. Length 3, 9 attack only though. 20 damage, slashing, piercing. He has a hat and armor, no shield, of course. You know, that low of attack value, you're gonna kind of struggle with. Especially because I can't really boost it in any way. Citizen Swordman. 14 defense with a shield and a broadsword for 16 slashing, 11 attack. Yeah, this is what I would make instead. They carry the Dao, Sinkiang version of the broadsword and shield. And the Citizen Archer. Okay, they get shields. I don't know why. I mean, obviously, realistically, they have an axe on their side, they have a shield on their back or something, and then when they get into melee, they would pull those out. But the way that this is set up, they just always have a shield on. And we'll take that. 40 range, 11 attack, 13 piercing, and they can shoot every damn round. Yeah, it's a good archer. I mean, this is a very solid archer. We could envenom their arrows, and that venom is likely to go through with 13 piercing damage. So, not a bad choice. Amazon Guard. This is what works at the Amazon warehouses to prevent them from stealing shit. And to make sure they pee in bottles. 14 protection, 14 defense is pretty good. They do get shields despite having a two-handed glaive. And they have the magic snake tattoos. I couldn't really ever find information on the numbers specifically. Okay. No, okay. So I think it's always invulnerability 10. And then the number is based on some other attribute boost. So the snakes get magic resistance, so it's +1 magic resistance when awakened, which isn't that big of a deal, but it's invulnerability 10, which means that against mundane weapons, when awakened, they'll have 10 natural protection, plus their armor protection, plus their shields, you know? So that's pretty obscene. With 22 damage glaives. I can't believe they have shields. I feel like that's a typo or something. It's a two-handed weapon. Yeah, I don't know. So only the tribal Jade Priestesses still know the magic of how to activate them. Right, and we're going to be making these, so they will be in battle, so they can awaken tattoos and use Moss Body. Moss Body on these things will be friggin' insane. It's possible this is the only unit I need to win, with that in mind. I mean, even without Moss Body, just awakening those tattoos. Let me just look at the chart. Again, this is only against mundane weapons. Granted. But let's see. On their body, with 13 armor and 10 natural protection from invulnerability, they will technically have 19.7 protection. On their head, they'll have 23 protection. And again, that's not counting the shield. That's not even counting Moss Body. They will be very hard to hit. Unless using magic damage and hitting the head, or not hitting the head, avoiding the shield and avoiding the Moss Body. But otherwise, these things are pretty impenetrable and dealing 22 fucking damage with a length 3 weapon. Damn. Nobleman. 13 protection, 14 hit points, 11 defense, 10 MR, 14 morale. They have a spear and a bow. No shields, but, you know. They are similar to the archers. They get spears, so you could, like, almost exclusively build these units to do ranged attacks and then spears once they come into melee. It's a rare combo, but I think I'd rather do Amazon Guards and Citizen Archers. Jade Warriors. Although not sacred, there are... Okay, hold on. They're always accompanied in battle by a sacred soul of an ancestor. Although not sacred, Jade Warriors require a temple and a high dominion with the power of Xian to permeate the armor, weapons, and souls of the Jade Warriors. Okay, so they have one ancestral spirit at their side at the start of each battle, which are sacred. 13 hit points, 17 protection, 12 defense, 13 MR, 14 morale, and they have Fate Weaving. Anyone striking this unit has to roll 12 versus MR or suffer from basically the curse effect for the next few rounds of battle. They have 25 damage, magic damage glaives, length 3. And no shields, but still, yeah, again, quite powerful. But it's hard to compete with those Amazon Guards. That's an unfortunate thing. I think they're a little too powerful. Heavy Charioteer. Ooh, boy. Not cheap. 125 gold, 65 resources, 60 recruitment points. You know, the rider themselves, which won't be targeted too often, has 10 protection, 10 hit points, 14 defense, no shields. Archers do get shields, of course, because they're citizen archers. 15 defense. And then the chariot itself has 40 hit points, 7 protection, trample. Moss Body is a pretty good candidate here, though. With 7 protection, it is going to get popped relatively easily. So they'd also benefit from just, like, bark skin. Yeah, bark skin would probably be even better with 3 natural protection. Amazon Levy can be recruited in non-fort provinces. So they're pretty cheap. Well, 1 resource, despite coming with all this. And that's because after the battle's concluded, they will return to their tribe. They will bring their own equipment and therefore cost almost no resources. Right, so you're hiring mercenaries with gold, pretty much, for 1 battle. They do have the snake tattoo. So combined with their armor, their body will have about 17.5 protection. 17 protection, which is pretty good. Length 3 spears, 13 damage. They have shields, 13 defense. Yeah, I mean, if you got money to spare, that it is a high recruitment point cost, though, so you're not going to get that many. And for them really to be good, you have to awaken the snake tattoos, which is not, as I understand, a battlefield-wide spell. So it is kind of a point buff thing. Steppe Cavalry, non-fort provinces. They cause unrest, a small amount, but they are mobile archers with composite bows, light lances. You know, we don't tend to do stuff like that. And as cavalry, them like with lances, they're not super defensible for the cost, so I'm not sure. Servant of the Jinun on all non-fort wastes. So another kind of... Well, no. I think... No, these will last more than 1 battle. But they do have a pretty low resource cost, because they bring their own equipment. But again, it's another mobile cavalry archer that causes unrest. So it's just not really my bag, man. I get the idea, and maybe someday we'll do that. It's like a main strategy. This is from Ubar, right? Yeah, we should do that with an Ubar run sometime, or a similar nation where we just build mobile archer cavalry and fire and keep distance and see how it goes. And then Jade Maiden Levy, non-4 provinces. Sacreds with magic horse and snake tattoos. I'll look up the horse in a second, but yeah, the invulnerability 10 for them. Okay, it's again like 17 protection on the body on the riders. The lizards do not get the tattoos, but they are sacred. And they're only size 4 mounts, so most of the shots, almost all the shots are going to hit, attacks are going to hit the rider here. Aside from that, 11 hit points, 18 defense is pretty great, 21 speed is fast. Skilled rider 3, it's pretty good. Yep. Okay. It says 3, and yet it says 2. Who's to say? They have 14 damage light lances with charge bonus. They do have shields, and they're sacred, so it's pretty good. Okay. We get an extra 75 income and 15 resources in our capital. Caravan Market increases plus 30 income. Caravan Sahir. Ooh. Fire 1 Air 1 is not quite great. And they're Heretic 2s, which is kind of annoying. If they were Fire 2 Air 1... Oh, there's also Earth 1. I mean, you could make the Fire Booster. Actually, I should have checked. Before we continue, let me just check. We'll look at all this in a second. Okay, we do have it active. Good. Yeah, so, you know, you could give them the Fire Booster, and then they could do Sulfur Haze, which is a pretty strong spell, but... Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Summons. We can just summon the Jade Lizards by themselves. They're so cute. Why are they so cute? Yeah, not something I really do, I guess. They're not that... I mean, yeah, they're not that good. Jade Colossus. Good God. Well, it's sacred. It's a poor amphibian with slash and pierce resistance, fire, poison resistance. It's inanimate, it's mindless, it's got fate weaving, 13 versus MR, which is pretty good, spirit sight, and it's a bringer of fortune. It also comes into battle with 2d6 sacred ancestral spirits. I mean, I think as a light thug then, you're probably just ready to go. But it's a unit, so you gotta have a commander. Depends how easy they are to get, but yeah, I mean, bringing along like 5 of these into battle is pretty damn strong. Jade Pillar as a immobile summonable commander. You don't see that too often. Astral 1, Holy 1, Sacred, slash pierce resistance, fire poison resistance, fate weaving, blind spirit sight. Fortune Teller 20 is good, and inspiring researcher +1 and bringer fortune 10. Yeah, obviously, so you're not going to be really teleporting this thing around or anything. You just put it on your capital, and it's just nice to have. For these reasons right here. Walking Jade Pillar, however, can move around. 34 map move is ridiculous. It gets 2d6 ancestral spirits. But then it also says 2 may cross every combat round. So it just summons 2 ancestral spirits every round. It's hard to get those blessed, though, unless you're fighting with your pretender or something. Yeah, I mean, its magic isn't that good. And it has 2 head slots for some reason, and a bow slot. So you could give it a bow. I guess that's kind of fun. Queen of Old. Oh, Water 1, Earth 1, Astral 1, Death 4, Nature 1, Holy 4, and then another Water, Earth, Death, Nature. You get Death 5 on these things. Awe 1, Pierce Resistance, Cold Poison Resistance, Undead, Flying, Fate Weaving, Population Killer 10, Goldmaker -12. Yeah, it's, oh boy. It's pretty good. That is a thug ready to go, no problem. I mean, well, assuming you get a bit of research. But 16 protection, 14 defense. That's 16 natural protection. With 0 encumbrance. And 14 defense. I mean, that's phenomenal numbers. Jesus. And the King of Old. 3 Astral, 4 Death, 5 Holy. This is a first. We've never seen a 5 Holy commander. Ever. And it gets a bunch more extra shit. Yeah, that's insane. Probably that's like going to be a Thaumaturgy 8 or something. But yeah, level 5 Divine gets you Divine Channeling, which increases all the holy levels of every priest in your battle by 1. It's kind of overkill, I would say. It's kind of overkill, but yeah, you have that. Okay. And then, right, let's look at the national spells. So Call Ancestor, again, this is the same thing TNC gets, at least EA TNC. So it's combat spell, requires 1 death, and gets you a sacred ancestral spirit. Now, again, it's just like, they're sacred, yes, but how do you get them blessed? Unless you just spam... Well, I guess you could just wait on Divine Blessing until, you know, the 4th or 5th round or something. Huh. Oh, there's also one at 7? Wrath of the Ancestors. Requires 1 death gem. Still only 1 death, though. You get 20 plus sacred spirits. Yeah, okay, that's pretty viable, I would say. I don't know. I'm actually playing EA TNC in a multiplayer game with a couple other people right now. So I've been looking at EA TNC, the guide here. The thing is, EA TNC actually gets some pretty good sacreds of their own that they can just make. So there isn't really a bless specifically for the spirits. I don't think you would do that for TNC, but we might do that for this one, just to kind of be memey again. Level 3 Conjuration for 8 gems, nature gems, and 2 nature. You get summon Jade Lizards, 10 of them. That's not super appealing, because those things aren't that hot, but it has quite a lot of them. And then, yeah, Wrath of the Ancestors is pretty good. Alteration. Nothing. Evocation. Nothing. Construction. Jade Colossus at level 3. 2 earth, 2 water, 5 earth gems. Hits you 1 plus. So 1 for every 2 extra levels. So you'd have to have it, and I did find out that is only the first path. So water won't add any ever. It has to be earth. So it's mainly an earth spell. So you'd have to have 4 earth to get 2 of them with 1 cast. And I don't think we're going to get that outside of our Pretender. But it could be a good argument for going like 6 earth. Because those Jade Colossus come with the big pile of spirits. They come with 2d6 at the start of battle. So, and they're sacred themselves. So really you could just do like nothing but just puke out Jade Colossuses. Assuming you have the Earth Gems. And we could go for like a dormant Pretender just to do that. Let's just take a quick look for any special items. Wait a minute. Jade Helmet. Almost missed it. It gives Spirit Sight and a 5% warning chance. Lets you avoid assassination and seduction attempts. And it's 20 protection with 0 defense, 0 encumbrance, which is... I mean, it's kind of... It's okay. I mean, it's in there. Yeah, it's alright. Jade Rod. You get Call Ancestor as a spell, regardless of what commander you are. Undead Command 1, and you get Luck, which is pretty nice. That's not a bad one for us to do even more Call Ancestor spam. Jade Armor. Plus 8 hit points and quickness. With 16 protection, minus 1 demon, 4 encumbrance. Okay. Not bad, I guess. And Jade Shield. Defense plus 3. 17 protection, 7 parry, minus 1 defense. So really it's defense plus 2, but on a shield, I mean, that's not a bad little shield. It is construction 7, though, which is kind of high. Okay. We also get Erect Jade Pillar. Construction 5, 3 earth, 3 water, 25 earth gems. But again, it's like kind of good for the research and the good luck and stuff. And then at 7, you get Pillar Mobility. Can only be cast by a Jade Pillar. And it lets it move around. Okay. Enchantment, we got Amazonian Tattoos. Can only be cast by a Jade Priestess or a Sinkiang Jade Priestess. 22 plus range, which is kind of seemingly arbitrary. Area effect 5. Not modifiable, it's 5. But only 20 fatigue. So, I mean, 5 is not bad. 5 is not bad for a buff, assuming we have enough of them. Recall Queen of Old. 40 Astral Pearls, 3 Astral, 3 Death. Gets you a Queen of Old commander. At enchantment 6, and we're already definitely probably going to go there for 5 for Horde of Skeletons. But I'm not sure, actually, because we might just want to spam our Ancestral Spirits. I don't know, it's hard to say. Thaumaturgy. Release the Poe. Range 32 plus 1 person, 100 precision. Armor negating, magic resistance negates. Only affects undead. Okay. So I guess it just kills undead outright. And then it manifests as a dispossessed spirit. I'm not sure which side it's on, yours or theirs, but either way, just that's a lot easier than a lot of undead. Like any undead, just kills them. If they fail the MR check, they just die. That's crazy powerful. Okay, so what's our strat? Well, as I already said, the Amazon Guard with Awakened Tattoos is pretty kind of obscenely OP, maybe bordering on that. It's hard to say. I'm not sure why they get shields. That really feels like an oversight, but okay. So the Amazon Guards with the Citizen Archers, that's a pretty amazing military. Alternatively, if we really want to go in on Ancestral Spirits, we could just make Jade Warriors instead, but it is pretty pricey. And they definitely are more expensive. And we have to have a temple and a high dominion to get them, whereas these we can recruit anywhere we have a fort. And then we might do some of these levies, but it's they're for one battle, so it's kind of throwing. It's very expensive. It's almost not even worth it. But yeah, so these two for sure. So it's just a question of how high we want scales to go, and how high we want our bless, which is really. It's for we're gonna be doing Jade Colossus, and I think we want to get those going pretty quickly. These things are gonna be phenomenal, especially with Moss Body. It's gonna be ridiculous. 16 protection with Moss Body is very hard to crack. And slash pierce resistance. Moss Body takes place after that calculation. So it's really going to be hard for something to crack Moss Body and actually pop it. I mean, something will hit and avoid the, you know, the 25% chance, whatever. But still, they have 85 hit points. They don't ever heal, which is kind of annoying. But there we could take, since we're going to go Earth anyways, the First Emperor. That is a fucking phenomenal sprite. Good lord. New magic paths cost 20. And he gets Dominion Monster Summoner of Terracotta Soldiers. And he gets 1d6 of them at the start of every battle. Hell yeah. So say we go dormant. Say we want like 6 Earth. We can take Reconstruction. I believe that overrides never heals. Yeah, Reconstruction will do that. Because they're not undead. I mean, why would they be? Yeah, they're mindless, but they're not undead. So, yeah, Reconstruction will help a lot on those. This is just to make them, like, never die. It doesn't help the spirits at all. So we'd have to kind of go... So what would we want for them? Here's the thread about whether or not ancestral spirits and stuff should just be auto-blessed whenever they're summoned. But the thing is, if we're specifically going for the Colossus, they start with 2d6. And we can have a batch, you know, everyone, you know, even, there's a world where we go for Conjuration 7 to get Wrath of the Ancestors, which gives 20 plus for 1 death gem. So we could have all our death mages just spit out 1 or, you know, 20 or 40 of them. Whereas this will only summon 1 at a time. But I think it's reasonable, probably pretty reasonable early on for us to get like 15 just at the start of every battle and then bless them. So if we were to pick something like that, I think Twist Fate would be pretty good, but we're going to get kind of expensive here. We're going to have to tank Scales a bit to compensate because, you know... I also thought maybe solar weapons again. It's kind of a mean bless, I think we would say. Especially going dormant here. So what would we have to tank? Probably quite a bit. We'd have to take this. We'd probably have to take this. Maybe take this. Just to get like somewhat respectable Dominion of 4. Yeah, I mean, maybe just grab... Like, I don't think Undying really helps anything. They're just too easy to hit. Well, yeah, too easy. No, too easy to kill, because I think they're ethereal. They are ethereal. So, mostly we're just banking on the Twist Fate. And they're just there for, like, a paralyze attack. Which I'm hoping will do solar weapons. Oh, it affects all weapons except natural ranged attack. Okay, so I think we're still good. That's not a ranged attack. It's a length 0. So they probably would just benefit from, like, attack value. Like, actually land the paralyze. It's a bit of a mean bless. It's a bit of a mean build. Alright, we're gonna go with that. You know, we can't lose. We literally can't lose. We're too good at this game now. Ying Zhang. I don't even remember what we're playing on. Oh, we're doing 5-person Bidden Deep. Yeah, we'll leave it at 8 thrones. 4 points required, or 4 thrones required. Alright. We start next to a throne. Of course we do. And who are we playing with? We got Fomoria, Abyssia, Tianchi, oh, go figure, and Baratos. So Abyssia is going to be probably in the underground, which is not great, but we might want to secure this. Prevent him from popping out here. I'll go ahead and profitize you. And yeah, I think we just start making Amazon guards. They're still really good. I mean, they're just really good even without awakening the tattoos. Something like that. Certainly need more resources, but we'll get there. Yeah, and then for mages, we're probably looking at just Jade Sculptors for now. Although, mediums can all call an ancestor. Pretty good. Like, if we're going to want to bring along loads of guys just to do that. Sure. For research, we got to get at least Conjuration 1. Possibly, you know, looking down at 7. But we want Conjuration 1, and then we want to get at least Construction 3. And those are the 2 important things. And then Alteration 4 for Moss Body. And wait a minute, Mikey. It's Alteration 3 for Moss Body, but we also need Enchantment 3 to awaken tattoos. Alright, we got the music going now. Okay, good. That is a big-ass throne, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they're a bit slower. Something like that. Okay. We have 150 long dead and ghouls, deer tribe archers, warriors, and heavy infantry, heavy cav. Okay, we're gonna take on the deer tribe, I suppose. Oh, there's another throne right here. Look how convenient that is. Okay. Let's watch. There's going to be casualties. This is not a... I mean, it's rare for your starting army to not suffer any casualties in the first battle. It's pretty uncommon, except for maybe like Ulm or something. Routed, but the Amazons are too damn strong. As I told you. Lost 1 Amazon guard, 12 of the spearmen. That's the difference between those units. And we're going to pop back real quick. Quite a lot of money. We do want to get the priestesses going quick, right? It's pretty important to us. So I think we maybe just move a guy there to build a lab and just start going for it. Yeah. Well, we need a lab and a temple, but they can do that. Okay. Alright. Another Amazon guard, 4 more spearmen. But we only care about the guards. That's all good. And what happened in Ghent? Heat +1, fire gem +3. Okay. Right. Lab. And I guess we'll take on the long deads and see how it goes. Seven guards, 3 archers, 1 spearman. Pretty good though. I mean, it was gonna be tough no matter what. And Abyssia, of course. Yeah, Abyssia has pretty damn strong infantry in EA. Especially their sacreds. Good God. He already has 24 of his sacreds. Yeah. That's the AI. And he's close to coming up here. Capital's right there. He's not going to take kindly to me plugging this hole. Yet plug I must. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we might want even a second one of these. Just because we're only getting one of these every 2 turns. Fall has arrived, and with it the caravans from the distant Great Desert. Or Great Desert, should I say. A great market has been set up from which Ubar and mercenaries can be recruited. Much trade is expected. The kingdom may greatly benefit from it, as every year the caravan will leave come spring. Interesting. So we get plus 30 income for like half the year. Yeah, we can get the Sahirs. Yeah, it's just... Again, I don't... I mean, they are stealthy heretics. That is true. That does have its own merit. So I assume that's, you know, 40% chance every turn for them to lower Dominion by 1. I mean, if you just get like 8 of these guys and just roam around the enemy territory, it's pretty obnoxious. Just want to keep an eye on that for the moment. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Alright, we got Bandit Hills. So this guy's going to move here to build a palisade. We're going to head back home. Probably not that way. I don't have enough money for this, but sure, build a temple. Okay, okay, okay. We got one of these now. So we'll probably send them along into battle to awaken some tattoos, because that'll be really impactful. You're going to start building a palisade. You're going to search. Why don't you search there while you're at it? Okay. Okay, okay, okay. No money, no money, no money, no money. Didn't find anything? Nope. So, fuck that. And our god should be arriving pretty soon. Right. So we have a third throne here. Jeez. Okay. You know, it's a small enough map. So we'll probably want to secure this connection somehow. I mean, I do technically have this connection here. We do have heat scales, so theoretically, if I just take this, we'll always have that. But this would be kind of nicer, wouldn't it? So maybe we'll work our way that way. Okay. Alright, so now we're probably going to be on hold. Hold and attack. And I think we're going to take some of these dudes with. We're going to take both of you with. You are going to build a lab here. Good. And let's continue. Aha, he has arrived. Okay, so we do want to make the thing. We haven't gotten construction 3 quite yet, though. Next turn. And that's going to cost 5 gen. That's so cheap. And we get 3 of them. Yeah, it's going to be pretty ridiculous. We do benefit from... I'm going to site search just a little bit. We'll hold off just for a little bit on the Colossus. I can go right here. Perfect. So, let's put the Divine Blessing here. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. And then you guys are all going to be just calling ancestors. How fast are they? It's 12. Sweet 12. I think we can afford to sit back a bit. Okay. And then you are going to be casting... Fuck. Well, for now, you're just casting Tangle Vines, because I don't have your spells yet. But someday I will. Why did I take you off already? You're just gonna die. No, that would never happen, right? Okay. Okay, so with the blessing, they're ethereal. You know, we know that. They do have spirit form. I don't know if that impacts any part of my blessing, but I don't think it does. They have twist fate, so the first attack, successful attack against them, of which it's 25% chance, from mundane damage, it will just be negated. So they're kind of a little tricky to kill, actually. And they have 10 attack with a paralyze. Yep. So magic resistance negates a paralyze. And that also will do the solar weapon hit. So here they're going to catch... Ow. Alright, so they took some archers. Ethereal negated that damage. Archers doing work. Twist Fate negated the damage. Yeah. Nice lance catchers, that's for sure. I don't know if they've actually hit anything yet. Oh, hit the warhorse and paralyzed him. Failed to resist and did 3 points of fire damage. There you go. Two points of fire damage there. Paralyze that guy, paralyze that guy. And we just keep summoning them. Like, we just keep spamming. And then a lot of these are not going to be blessed. But I mean, like, they keep spamming blessings to catch these guys. Which I guess there could be worse things to do. But once we get the Colossus going with their free... yeah, so we lost one Amazon guard there. But yeah, still pretty good. Once we get the Colossus, they'll come in with 7 for free each of them. And we're going to have 3 per cast of this summon. Or this ritual. And then once we get all the way up to Conjuration 7, and we can just have all these mages, all with death, a couple death gems, just puking out 40 of them at the start of every battle, it's going to be pretty insane, I think. Because summons don't count at all for your HP routing. And even if they did, these things have like 1 HP. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty good. All right, Baratos is right here. There's also a throne here. But there's also a throne here. So this is the question mark. If I thought I could win here, this might be tempting to just take right now and call it a day. If I thought I could win, but it's a lot of barbarians and heavy infantry. If I just had a few Colossus, I'd probably do it. But I think we should make nice with Baratos. And we're just gonna go back and claim this. I'll leave Rasenna for him. It's fine. So I think we want to sort of wrap around here and then come back and grab all this stuff. Maybe go into Wick here. But I do think... Okay, so... We got 1, 2, 3, and then probably 4. But getting the connection there could be tricky. But again, this should melt. Especially like next month. This should be crossable. So we may take Centania right away just to hold it. And then at that point I can be just friends with everybody. He still hasn't taken that. That's good. We're getting the Palisade there. That's good. Yeah. Hey, we found the Imperial Quarry. That sounds pretty good. Oh, we lost a priestess to a damn archer. Yeah, an extra earth gem every turn. All we need to get is to +5 earth gems. Once we're at that, I can just have him cast that Colossus for the rest of the game, and we basically just dominate. And now I can make Amazon guards out of here as well. And this is a really good spot to have a fort. So, yeah, we kind of just win. I think we just win. Baratos refused for some reason. Also, I lost 6 Amazon guards on that one. Research kind of slow because these guys are kind of shit. I probably should step it up to Jade Sculptors. Power of 7 Tombs. Sounds like death. Sure is. 2 death gems per turn. Well, you know, it lets us make the death items, and we'll need a lot of the yeah, I don't think it's not here. It's definitely the 5 one that gets you 2. This thing. Death water. Just kind of annoying. Seems like something that a pretender has to make. It's a very rare, uncommon thing. Some warrior queens will be able to do it. Warrior queen's not a bad option. Oh yeah, or the king. Yeah, the king comes with 2d6 ancestral spirits, and we love ancestral spirits around here. So at a certain point, we may want to just start making kings. Right. Yeah, okay, that seems good and strong enough. Could probably move everything back. I don't think that really helps us that much, but yeah. Okay. I know, I do need a lot of research. We should probably get a lab here. Yeah, it's nice anytime we have the opportunity for Horde of Skeleton spam and we actively choose against it, you know? We don't need that. Even though I think the amount of times I've actually done Horde of Skeleton in large amounts is kind of slim among all these videos. I mention it a lot, but you know, it is not, you know, the most actively interesting of options. Right. Did we get anything? Did we get Moss Body yet? No, of course not. We did get Personal Bark Skin, and that may save our own life, so let's just start with that. And then Tangle Vines. Yeah, this is melted right now. Let's get a lab and a temple on Banded Hills. And we will get Alteration 3, so we will get Moss Body now. Messages arrived from Baratos. Why? guard. Yeah, without the invulnerability, they are a little squishy, surprisingly. 10 hit points, I suppose. Yeah. I mean, I would have thought they lived up a little better than that. And just butchered these things, but I guess not. I don't have great attack values, I suppose. Against 14 defense. Yeah, and then they hit the shields. Yeah. The low attack is kind of hurting us. Why would you say these things to me? Damn, Tianchi beat us to the punch. Okay, so then I'd have to take the throne and take Haloma, but he's about to do that anyways. Or I'd have to take the throne and take Great Dunes. No matter what, I'd have to take the throne. We are going to get Enchantment 2 by the time I get there, so I suppose... Move here, try to make some quick guards real quick. Yeah, tattoos will help a lot. So after enchantments, probably just conjuration. I mean, going to construction to get the Jade Pillar is kind of helpful for more research, especially because we also need it for the ghost orbs. But conjuration, you know, it's gonna be... Yeah, no, we probably should focus on construction, I guess. It's gonna be a lot of research. Yeah, Baratos refused. Necromant, what? Alright, so Baratos is here. He can attack any one of these provinces. He can attack any one of these three. Go, we gotta bolster him a decent amount. I gotta spend the cash. Throw it away. Not that I'm pleased about that. And, yeah, we're gonna take this. So now... Wait a minute, wait. What? Wasn't it Enchantment 2? It's Enchantment 3! No, I'm the biggest fool on the earth! Fuck. Okay. Well, that sucks. Never mind yet then on that. May have to, I don't know. Found House of Otherworld Windows. And we lost Pulmania. Fuck, he's got Elven Riders. A lot of them. He's got 7 more yet. And he's got 10 Colossi Warriors. And 47 Militia. I assume is part of a mercenary squad. And now he's got 2 more options available to just attack. Because he's an asshole. Okay, but we can move here. And just put points into this. Oh, it's bad. Elephants will squash basically anything. He refused again. He attacked there and killed the 2 priestesses. Destroyed the temple, I assume. Only lost 2 more elephants. And we were able to hold him off there, at least. Okay, now he starts either taking this, or besieging my capital. I think we hope that he goes to the capital. But this is more important to hold. Fucker. The war sham. God, these guys and their mercenaries. Okay, he attacked where I just threw all the PD and he died, so that's good. We cleaned up the mess. Fucking mercenary squads that they all just grab because they have unlimited money. Where is his capital even? It's not even within sight, so it's like, I don't know why he's being such a dick about it, other than usual, you know, dickish behavior. That's connected to that? Come on. Oh my god, how did I not notice that? And then the mercenaries went away. Okay, do we have... I don't have any other military commander here. I have to put points into this. While I go and crush this. Fuck off, dude. God damn. What the hell? What? Why does he have so much? What an ass. Your capital is nowhere near me. I'm not intruding on you in any way. Okay, well, wait. Finally, we have tattoos. Aside from the annoying thing of him being here, it should mean we don't really lose ever again. Okay. Oh, Abyssia declares war on me and attacked me in Bandit Hills. Great. Well, I lost 2 of my mages, the death mages, and we lost 23 guards. But we did kill... See, it's a fucking elephant. Like, yeah, great. I have invulnerability and, like, 20... That doesn't matter. Trample's just fucking trample. God. At least we fended him off in Pulmania. Oh, but Tianchi is now taking part of... Oh my god. This is miserable. Okay, I need to get another commander here. Probably just the warrior queen. I don't want any more Baratos' shit. I was happy with what I had. This map is really like just a knife fight in a phone booth. And the AI just was never happy with what they have. They always want more. There's always more. So much more. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I feel like you've searched most places. Oh, you haven't searched Dunheim yet, or any of these. Okay. It might be time to just go back and start getting Colossus. I need the Colossi. Okay, good. Good. Cast Jade Colossus. Alright, well, you've served your purpose, I guess. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I go back and get at least my 3 Jade Colossus. Nothing else. Fending him off, so that's good, but it means he probably refused my agreement. Sure enough. Okay. But you can lead magical beings. Why don't we take all these with? Okay. I'm gonna grab an extra couple. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. It's hard to say until I get some agreement from one nation. Like either Baratos or Abyssia. Just give me some wiggle room. But at least here we have a fort, so we have a lot of time. We're gonna go here. Yeah, the king, he doesn't have an army until we get a bunch of Colossus. But once he has like 9 Colossus, I mean, you know. You know. The only problem there is we don't get Divine Blessing. So it's a little trickier. I'd have to go up to 6 to get the Queen of Old. Because she gets 4 or 5 or something. It's like ridiculous. I don't have it loaded, so I have to look here. 4, yeah. So we'd have to go to enchantment 6. That's looking to be potentially a pretty good option, though, because then we'll have a built-in thug ready to go. Especially once we continue down alteration. I know we want conjuration 7, but it's like so far off. 6 is a lot easier to get than 7. And alteration 6 gives us soul vortex and invulnerability, which, yeah, I mean, she can just use straight up. I mean, it's gonna be such a nice little thug. So yeah, just go for that. We'll try Jade. We're gonna use our national summons here. The ancestral spirit, Mimi, but it's a little hard to get in mass. But we do have the Colossus. I know it's gonna be good. All right. Yeah. All right. All 3 we contact or refuse. That can't be good for my Dominion. And that's now being besieged by burning ones. 25 of them. How long do you think it'll hold? If he doesn't reinforce it at all, 3 turns and then breach. I think we gotta redirect here. Oh, wait a minute. He took fucking Obakti too. God damn it. These elephants. I can live without Obakti. So I'm going to send another one, even though it might fuck me over. But I gotta throw a lot of money here. Because to wipe out the elephants is kind of tricky. Also, this is melted right now, so you can just go up there. This should be a much easier game than it currently is. Why am I at war with 2 nations? I haven't done anything to anyone. I haven't even taken a throne. Like, as far as any metric is concerned, I am not doing well, which I suppose is why you'd be targeted. Because you're a weak little bitch ass. Yeah, I mean, that's just war. I'm the weakest target. He took Towers of Heaven from me, so he definitely didn't accept the war. I mean, look at that. 11 elephants, 109 kills. You guys can't kill a few elephants? No, I mean, you can't. Tramplers are ridiculous. And just to think, just to imagine that in Dominions 5, they could just have Body Ethereal put on them and have no damage loss whatsoever. That's disgusting. I don't think I can really PD this. And I'm not sure if 6 Colossus are enough, but they might be. That is pretty ridiculous, and they can't be trampled. Alright. Grab some more of these priests. I'm just gonna go to Pulmania. And, oh boy. These aren't good speed, too. But the, spirits are gonna move immediately. Yeah, we're just gonna have him put Moss Body. He'll get he'll get 2 of the Colossus. All the others are going to do a blessing and then call ancestors over and over. Okay. Baratos refused again. Why would he accept? Oh my god, we just lost. Those 31, I mean, oh my god. Oh my god. My only hope is that Baratos fights Abyssia and they just kill each other, but what the fuck is happening? And the fact that I just lost my prophet and that entire army, all those Amazon guards, everything. Holy shit. I think we just like lose. What is his bless? What's our guess here? Well, he has Blood Surge, which is probably enough. I mean, his sacreds are ridiculous. $23 hit points, 18 protection. And they have Berserker +3, so that's 21 protection, 23 hit points. With 16 attack and Blood Surge. So Blood Surge is going to add, another 3 onto that. So 19 attack, 28 damage. And a Heat 6 aura. And a Fire Shield. And Fire Power in hot provinces. And he's fighting me in my hot scales. Probably during summer. Yep, during summer. Fucking ridiculous. Yeah, I don't even know what to do at this point. I guess we're inside the fort. That's nice. I mean, I have money. I don't feel like that got many of these things, to be honest. Didn't seem like it got, like, any of them. What the fuck was that? Also, we just lost a maid. Well, as figured, the Colossi are pretty insane. Yeah, that's good. And they took the bulwark, so that's good, that's good. It's all shit. It's all shit all day. Yeah, okay. Alright, we do have a handful of more Colossi. I probably should mobilize. Oh my god. Okay, so we attacked Dunheim, and we survived. So that was that pack I just moved there, and I didn't even script them, so that's pretty good. Probably all the Ancestral Spirits did some work there, because we only got 8 kills. So yeah, solar weapons to the rescue! In Obakti, he just, yeah, wiped that clean, and then in Gent, we did manage to fend him off. And then we attacked the bulwark. So we can see, we really need Divine Blessing with this strategy. They just start moving immediately. I mean, they are really good even without the bless, because they're kind of hard to hit, and they got the nice paralyzed, waiting for the yeah, waiting for the Colossi to come in to finish the job. It's pretty good. Okay, he's breached the Banded Hills. We're going to try to make an example of Abyssia here. Perfect. Okay. Okay, we got Divine Blessing now. But I guess means that all the ones casting Blessing probably don't have to do so. Instead, they just could cast something like this. Okay. We'll do it that way. Fingers crossed. Well, he attacked Idlemeyer and took it, of course, so that's great. He'll never stop. He apparently has no other enemies. Alright, we're really gonna need, but yeah, this is a lot of magic damage. So, and fire shields and stuff. Divine Blessing, Divine Blessing, Divine Blessing. Any moment. Still didn't happen. Okay, we gotta script that a bit sooner, I think. Okay, we gotta script it a lot sooner. What the fuck is taking so long? Okay, he just never cast Divine Blessing. What? What? Did you die? Did he die? Did he pick a arrow to the dome or something? He never cast Divine Blessing, so he must have died. I don't know how. These are... They're all blessed, so... Oh god, we got infantry coming in. Sacred burning ones that are gonna... Oh, god damn it! Fuck this game! Alright, we're gonna give up. Fuck Abyssia. Oh, somehow we defended the fortress. I don't know how. Warrior Queens relit? What? Should a queen ever fall in battle, immortal remains be taken to the capital, a jade suit made to encase them. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you have to spend 12 gold. It kills off 10 population. Got some wounds. Huh. Go figure. That's pretty handy. I mean, this is miserable. This is really... This is really miserable. I want to start over. This is just so bad. I don't think there's anything wrong with strategy. Just getting 2 wars like this before I even take a throne is just so rough. Also, why did he never cast Divine Blessing? I kind of want to watch again. Like, what happened where he just didn't cast it? It's pretty important. I don't even know which one it's supposed to be. Is he even here? What the fuck? Why am I not seeing this? We definitely saw it scripted in battle on this spot. He's not here. No, he's not here. Oh, he's in... God, I didn't break siege. That's why. Fuck. I forgot he was inside. I thought he was coming in. Yeah, it's pretty miserable. We're gonna start again. So that was 76. So we're gonna do. Honestly, we're gonna do just the same damn thing. It's just gonna be different this time. 76-2. EA 5. We even did 5 instead of 6. With 6, it would have been even more tight and just compact and angry. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with how it, because I think those colossi are pretty ridiculous. So I'm pretty happy with what we had. I wish I would have saved it, but I never assumed that I'm gonna die. We had pretty shitty scales. I think we took death 1 and drain 1. And then I don't remember what I know we had 6 earth. We had some fire. We had water for sure, right? And we definitely had astral and death and something else. What did we all have? We had a couple attack skills, I remember. We had solar weapons, I remember. We had reconstruction, I remember. Did something else that was kind of memey, wasn't it? Fuck. Fuck! Don't remember now. What else would I have done as a meme build? There was a second incarnate effect. I know for a fact there was a second incarnate effect, but was it? It was Twist Fate, right. So that's Astral 6 we had to go for. Right, that was it. And then... yeah, I mean, I didn't... didn't seem right. Thought we had less than 19 points left over. Yeah, I guess we'd rather do that. We have a lot of research to do. Oh, shit, but I need... no. Can't do that. Okay, we can take Misfortune, though, and then... yeah, I think 19 it is. I can't really cut anything else. Well, grab Nature instead of Death. Do I need Death 5? Does that help us in any way with any spells or something? Well, we need Death 3 at least for Recall Queen of Old. 4 if I want to do King. Guess I'd rather have 5. Fine. Okay, good. Ying Zhang again. And we started in the same spot. Now the throne is here. Which is kind of worse. I'd say it's kind of worse. And now we're playing against Macone, Yomi, and Atlantis. Well, let's hope Atlantis is here. That's all I can say. Okay, doing this again. Fun stuff. Let's go check on the underground again. I don't know who would be underground here. Probably not anyone. I'm gonna go for, yeah, all the same strats. We are big fans. Research. Yeah, I mean, last time we did Conjuration 1 to get Call Ancestor. But I think it might be more prudent to just try to get Amazonian Tattoos online with Enchantment 3. And then Construction 3. And it's probably going to be turn 12 by that point. We got a lot of archers, little monkey archers. We got heavy infantry and slinger and horse tribe cavalry. None of these are very appealing to me. There's a throne here in Florian, which honestly is pretty great. Cuts us off from any Baratos bullshit or whatever it's going to happen. So that means we got pretty easy connection on 2 already. Yeah, I'm going to send along a mage right away. Literally just to build a Labyrinth Temple. We want to get that going very quickly. Alright, we'll watch the first one again, even though we've already seen how this goes, but it is a lot of monkey archers. They get routed very easily. Yeah, spearmen are not so hot. Not so hot against any amount of archers. Alright, you're going to now build a temple. You're going to take this on. Fingers crossed. Painful, but taken. Alright. Then the horse tribe cavalry, which is a little rough, to be honest. But I can't really afford to wait. We need a lot of these guards before we get Colossi online and stuff. So we'll make it happen. And we're going to start building priestesses. Okay, good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. So we either invest into going into the underground, or I think probably we should go... We could take Dragonport. That is a pretty big spot. It's a nice defensive thing. The amount of slingers is going to be annoying, but yeah. Okay, the underground does have a throne here. Let's just go check what's in these other directions. Okay. Yeah, let's just get a guy here to build a palisade. I probably should take these, but we're going to step on toes. And really, I don't want to do that. We saw what happened when I do that. Even though I didn't really even do that last time, but sure. Sure, bad. I'm gonna get enchantment 3 in 2 turns. I might be able to then win on this throne. It's a lot of deer tribe warriors, archers, shit. But our guys are gonna be pretty impenetrable, so it might be worth just waiting 2 turns. The only issue is I won't be able to awaken that many tattoos. But a decent amount, most of them. But it is kind of... Nah, we gotta be more proactive than that, I think. Ouch. Didn't happen. Okay. Heavy infantry, archer, heavy cav is pretty painful. Let's try to just maintain the border here. Good. Alright, fuck it. We'll do it. We'll do it. Ooh, another throne there. Okay, so if we head down, we secure this and this. That's 2 extra thrones. Plus 1, 3, plus... Done. Then, again, same thing like last time. We just have to not get into a war. But I think we have better positions this time than last time. Alright, after construction 3, then we're going to want to get... I think probably we can do conjuration 1. And then maybe try to get... I don't know, enchantment 6 is pretty good. Queen of Old will be very strong, but I'll need a lot of alteration. So let's get alteration 3. And then maybe work towards enchantment 6, but I'm iffy. We don't really need... Yeah, they're not going to be amazing until we get, like, Soul Vortex and Invulnerability. It's a lot of research, but we've got 3 labs going now. We're going to get another one on this Palisade. Things are looking okay. That was pretty painful, but we got this one. Probably could set up another Palisade here. I can't afford to do that, so we'll move back that way. So far, no sign of any neighbors. Yeah. Okay, good. Alright, we'll transition to that for now. Okay. Get our god soon. He can do site searching for us. We're gonna build a temple here. Keeping an eye out. We do have to take at least... Probably want to take this. But again, it's really like at our leisure. No one is going to take this. So it's really is just... Someone comes from this way and takes this, which could happen. Could happen. We'll probably see them elsewhere, though, taking this or this first. Alright, our god has arrived. Very good. Get to site searching, my friend. We really do want to do just a lot of research, so I'm not even sure I want to bring along the call ancestor spam, but it's kind of helpful. Bring along 4, and we'll pick up a couple of these. All right, so we got the fort there, so you're gonna go now to Fezabor to build another one, and we can get Jade Sculptors here. I probably should now switch over to Warrior Queens here, because they get innate Twiceborn, which is pretty nice. All right, we're gonna grab, say, 3 of you. Okay, we gotta do our scripting again. We don't need any blessings, so just spam call ancestor. And you're gonna do that from the comfort of the line, and they'll squeak through, don't worry. Okay, and then this. Just, if nothing else, just make sure you get the tattoos. You know, Moss Body, that's well and good, but we really want the tattoos online. Okay. Total protection versus mundane 21. That fight would have gone a lot differently without that. See? 0 losses against 100 barbarians. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Good, good. A fucking fire destroyed my lab in Gifa. Great. Love spending more money. Excellent. Thank you. Okay. I don't really care about taking anything else other than just holding this. We see Mekon is now up here, so we know that. We can take this because, well, we can take this for sure. I mean, there's no reason not to. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Lost 7 on that one, so not as hot, but, you know, dice rolls will dice roll. Okay. Now I think we probably can take Jome. Take our first throne. Wish we found some Earth sites here. There you go. Enchanted Gate, Mountain Crater. There you go. And I can't... Holy shit, man. It's my own damn fault for not putting any PD, but what the fuck? Right where I had 4 priestesses, and a lab, and a temple. It's my own fault. I get it. That doesn't make it any better. I don't feel better. God damn it, man. 2 labs I have to rebuild and the temple. And I lost 7 more guards to this trampling bullshit. What the? What? Troglodytes? Troglodytes just emerging onto the plains from underground. Yeah, that seems real fair and good. Okay, it didn't destroy the lab. Alright, that is true. The labs don't... Labs are not heretical and need to be destroyed or anything, so that's good. Alright, yeah, there's a mix down here, man. I'm glad we got everything covered. Gotta get underground, though. Did find the mountain crater, which is an extra earth, so we're at 3. Getting pretty close to where I could just start grading Colossi, though. Lilium Vale. Lost 4 more guards. 1 archer. And we took the throne. Okay. Enchanted Field, Shrine of the Outcast. Got the Palisade here. Good, good. No, do not do that. Alright, free Blood Slave every turn. Actually, we have +4 Blood Slaves per turn. How did that happen? Where is that coming from? I have no idea. Oh, the Inner Throne. The Inner Throne's giving 3. You also get Order +1 and an Earth Gem. Alright, your job is done now, dude. It will take you a long time for us to run out of Earth Gems. Where's that asshole? Alright, you're here, so just search. There'll be something else. Okay. We're gonna go here. Gotta secure our connections underground, and then we'll be golden. Still don't think we have a connection. Oh, we do have a connection with Mecco. Okay. Oh, you didn't find anything there. Good. Mecco is attacking Yomi. Very few participated in the arena. Basalt King won. We almost lost Troll Canyons to wolves, but the 1 Amazon guard I had there did pretty well. Jeez. Yeah, with Misfortune, we really should have 6 PD in everything. Let's spend the money. Like, bare minimum, just do 6. I won't do my rant about the mod, because now I understand that that's impossible. Can't modify the UI that way, but damn, I wish you could. Alright, head back home. We're up to 250 research a month. On to enchantment 6 now. Mecco accepted. Things are looking up. Good, 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 good. Minion -3 in my capital. That's not good. But now we can start getting Colossi. Excelente. You're gonna head underground. We are at a bit of a disadvantage there, but we'll make do. Yeah, it's alright. Probably won't be able to take the thrones yet, but we'll see. Just want to make sure we get the connections. Okay, and a lab. We are good to go. Get even more Jade Guards. I'm all about the jade. Any pale ones, warring illusions, heavy infantry. Ooh, I think I might be able to beat that. Let's do it. Worst comes to worst, we got the Jade Colossus. And once we send out 30 of those, it's kind of a done deal. Okay, we're going to get enchantment 6. After this, I'll be able to actually make Queen of Old. Recall one at least. So then we want to get alteration 6 for Soul Vortex. And then after that, construction 5, and then we still haven't won yet, although I can't imagine why we wouldn't have. You know, maybe we'll get a lot of ancestral spirits. We do have illusions, and we don't actually have magic damage outside of the solar weapons on our spirits. But I think they do magic damage, so kind of butcher our spirits anyways. We'll be fine. Yeah, tattoos are just so freaking strong. 0 losses. Okay. Excellent. Flame. And we will put DD there. Okay. Pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, worst thing... Well, yeah, we should... We still don't have a connection here. I guess the worst thing that could happen is Mechon declares war, but again, he can't reach us without going through a throne. He could take the throne, but then even then, like, that would just be... That's our 4th throne we're going to take. And then we just kill him and claim it and win. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah. We've got 9 Colossi so far. What is it to summon them? 2 earth, 2 water. Is that possible for any of my guys to even get? You can only get one or the other, but I guess with earth boots. A very rare... No, not no. No. Okay, a very rare Jade Sculptor. Could. But any Jade Sculptor with 2 water would just get Earth Boots. But funnily enough, I haven't gotten a single one with 2 water. So, and then they would only get 1. Whereas Center gets 3 of them for 5 gems, which is probably one of the most efficient summon spells I've ever witnessed, considering how powerful they are. Just even if you just look at HP, like just HP divided by gems. Each one of these Colossi, not even counting the sacred, just the only number you're looking at is hit points. And not even counting that they come with 2d6 other sacreds with them every battle. So just 85 hit points times 3 is what, 170 plus like 255 or something like that? Divided by 5. So you're getting like 51 hit points of creature for every gem. That's insane, right? I mean, that's ridiculous. This has been a very different game. And I think we can end this pretty quickly. Because we have these queens that can then handle 150. So we just give them this. Give them that. They can even handle all these. Like, that's it. So we can just take this and this. We don't need much of anything else. This is inside our own dominion, which means that every single thing that we summon, as long as our pretender's in the battle, will be auto-blessed. Yeah, we'll do that. Zots and light cavalry. Let's do it. Now, Zots are a little worrisome, but our mages are pretty well insulated, so I'm not too concerned. Yeah, really just call Ancestor. That's all we care about. Oh, I guess you guys can all awaken tattoos. He'll probably end up spamming Horde of Skeletons. So we could cast Rigor Mortis. I've never cast it once. Okay, fuck it. Aren't we on a lab? Yeah. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, it's gonna be a big jumble shit. But it's not a major throne. If this were a level 3 throne or something, be more concerned. Alright, so we're fighting the third throne this turn. This is quite a bit of Zots. And there's gonna be a bunch of illusion shit, I'm sure. But Zots are really quite terrible, so I'm not too concerned about that. And then the illusions just will not be able to do much. And that's that. 2 guards, 9 archers. And we'll take this throne. Claim. Okay, 4th and final throne battle. Throne of Law, blah, blah, blah. Look upon my Colossi. All auto-blessed. Because we're fighting with our Pretender in our own dominion, which is very, very rare for me. Extremely rare. I can't believe we managed that. Oh, they auto-routed. What the fuck? Has he been assassinating him or something? That's disappointing. We didn't get to witness our might. Oh, man. Damn it. I can't really fight anything big now. I'm tempted to just march through Mechon to get to a throne. I feel like I might be throwing the game, but I'm tempted. Yeah, but we won't be fighting our own dominion on this throne if we do that. Damn. Yeah, it won't be quite as good. I'd have to bring up the Prophet and... Yeah, this video's already... It's already on our second one, so fuck it. Well, I think we can really see just how different an experience... Like, we're judging these nations every time I'm rating them and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, yeah, this is good. This is power. This seems good. This seems bad, blah, blah. And it's like, all that really matters is you don't get any wars. If you don't get into any wars, every nation is fucking awesome. So if you can just play a true single-player experience here, as if the other nations didn't exist and you just fought independent armies and took 4 thrones, versus our first game where Abyssia is just knocking on our door with 60 Sacreds with Blood Surge. And Baratos just, for some reason, has a fucking hate boner for you. Yeah, it's a very different experience. But I mean, that's why, you know, in the board game world, you would call this game. I don't even know if they this is what they talked about when like 10 years ago or something, but like you'd call this like Ameritrash. Because there's so much that's non-deterministic. There's a lot more randomness to it. There's a lot more subjectiveness to it. Every game is going to be different, even utilizing the exact same like setup, compared to like a European board game or a Euro, where if you have the same setup and everyone does the same things, the exact same results will occur. Here, there's a lot more randomness involved. Just especially in single player. With the AI, like you can never be sure. You have random sort of maps. I mean, we didn't have a random map. We used the same map, but thrones were different. The enemies' placements were different. The enemy nations were different. And, Mekone didn't have to accept. But even then, that wouldn't have changed that much, honestly. If I had just kept pestering him, he never had a connection to me that he could attack me with. Because again, that throne was in a different place, so now that it became a perfect defensive barrier. It would have been a lot different maybe without that. So it's really impossible to say. So it's kind of unfair for me to always judge these nations depending on how the game went. Like the recent one we did with the Pirates. I had a really rough game. I probably should have done a do-over on that one to give the nation another chance, but I didn't. But that was partly because like it didn't have really like strong troops, and that's always a bit of a turnoff for me. Whereas this one had strong troops and had strong summons, so I would probably lean towards overpowered on this one. I mean, if nothing else changes, I don't know why these guys get shields. That seems a bit overpowered. They either should have a one-handed spear and a shield, or just no shield. You can't have the best of both worlds. You can't have a two-handed weapon and a shield unless it's like a really tiny buckler, like a parry 2, 11 protection. Pick one of those three. One of those three options. You can't have this. So I think this is overpowered, and that's why I used it. To demonstrate. That's why. So aside from that, I think their normal lineup is fairly well balanced. I don't really have too many issues with that. I do like the idea of the early crossbow and stuff. And I think the Nobleman would have been a nice, solid choice otherwise, as like a ranged combo melee option that kind of needs some buffs to really shine. We didn't use chariots, even though they are just... Any tramplers are always just stupidly powerful. But compared to elephants, yeah, I don't think the heavy chariot is too phenomenal, despite being probably more expensive than an elephant, or around the same price. Yeah, we could have done the Jade Warriors, but they're kind of costly. I mean, if you ignore the Fate Weaving and ignore the Spirit that they get, they don't have shields, but they do have 17 protection, 13 hit points, 16 morale, and a 25 damage glaive. I think there's a world where you make these sacred. But I don't think this nation needs buffs, so I think it's almost okay they're not sacred, because they already have Fate Weaving. And I think it's kind of interesting that they're not sacred. They come with the little sacred spirit, and kind of encouraging you to make a bless for these things. Yeah, so I think if the Amazon Guard just didn't exist, I would have done probably Noblemen's and or Jade Warriors. I'd be worried a little bit about the Noblemen's hitting the Jade Warriors and doing a bunch of damage, but 17 protection is pretty high. This isn't armor piercing, so on average, they wouldn't do anything to the warriors. And then the whole mercenary thing is just like, I'm not gonna spend that amount of money on some units that I'm only gonna use for one battle. Especially, I don't know why the recruitment point is so high. Like, I like the idea of high gold cost and basically just like a really flexible mercenary force. But if I want to use Jade Maidens, okay, great. I can levy 2 of them for one battle a turn. It's like, what's the point? Honestly, I think the recruitment point should be 1. I think resources should be pretty low. Maybe even less than 10. And like a 1 recruitment point. Because that's meant to kind of be this nation's thing. I mean, this nation has a lot of things, of course, but part of its thing is like, okay, it has, for some reason, because of its Jade Road or whatever, you know, and it's... many people live in the kingdom. Jade Amazons can be levied for single battles, nomadic steppe warriors. Now, I mean, yeah, there are the other things that are last for more than one battle. They stick around. But these Jade things, like, why wouldn't you just make them... I mean, maybe not 1 recruitment. I mean, there should be maybe a slight limit outside of your money. But yeah, it's 1 battle. And it's not like they're insanely good. I mean, they're decent. You do have to kind of awaken their tattoos to be really good, but you're spending a lot of money on 1 battle. It's like, what am I ever going to get out of these? Especially because it's non-fort provinces, so I'm never going to have that much resources. So I'm supposed to, like, just hire them. And then, like... yeah, I'm supposed to hire them turn over turn over turn, because I can only get, like, a 3 per turn here. Until I eventually have, like, 100. It's like, okay, I've got 100. They're only going to last this 1 battle, so I want to make it count. And then all the while, however many turns I would take, like 3 per turn to get 100. You're spending 30 turns or whatever. I guess you can hire them from... you can't hire them for any province, can you? These things are... oh, wait, can you? No. The maidens, you need to have a temple. I guess these you can have from any province, but then that's even more annoying because you got to pick them all up. So it's like, yeah, you're hiring like 3 or 4. It's just annoying. So, I don't know. But aside from that, I think the nation's pretty overpowered. Fairly overpowered. Especially, you know, the Jade Colossus. If we had gotten the Queen of Old, that would have been also really ridiculous considering the low requirement and low cost. But, yeah, I think probably I would maybe suggest making it slightly easier to get. Like, if you're going to have a national summon like that, Jade Colossus, you should have it be slightly more accessible. Like 2 earth, 1 water, I think is a lot more accessible. And then I would just remove the plus. That's all. Just remove the plus. Because they're pretty good. They probably themselves could do with a slight nerf. But the fact that my pretender can just sit here and crank out 3 of them every round for 5 gems seems kind of overpowered. So I don't know. I'd rank it slightly overpowered. I know the first game didn't really show that at all, but I think this one did. It's hard to say. I don't know why there's a demon gate in my capital, but sure. Yeah, that's all that. As for the music mod that we tried out, yeah, not really, because apparently it doesn't work during nation selection, and some of these tracks are pretty low quality. So I think we'll stick with the vanilla stuff or just YouTube videos. Apparently it's also a pain in the ass to add music. You can't actually add music to the game. You have to replace tracks, because again, it works off of like an ID system or something, so... yeah. Maybe someday they'll get this all together for Dominion 7. It'll be glorious. But all right, that was Sinkiang, the Jade Kingdom. Pretty fun stuff. Barely overpowered, but not obscenely so. I don't think. It's not like Smurv or something. But yeah, my name is Mangg. This has been Dominion 6. I'll see you fine folks next time.